Welcome to Built on Faith Homestead. Today is Life Lessons with the Animals Day. My name is Justin. Come learn something with us today.
I once was lost, oh, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
If you guys have been following our channel, you'll know that we got these chickens given to us by some friends of ours. And they are growing up and they are out of their smaller grow out pen, and we have them in here with our barred rocks. Now we could go over how to introduce chickens and all that, but that's not really what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is this. These younger chickens are going to learn from these older chickens. These older chickens already go up in the coop every night and all of those things, and they will set an example for these younger chickens to follow, and the younger chickens will learn to go in the coop that way. And the reason why I want to bring this up, hey, be nice to that chicken. It ain't hurting you. You stick your finger in there, it'll peck you. No. Yeah, then don't stick your finger in there. Okay, so here's what we're here to learn today. Hey, Lavella, what are you doing, baby? Are you feeding them some grass? Some old dried up grass. It is dry. So here's what we're learning today. The older chickens teach the younger chickens. Kind of like you as a parent need to be teaching your child, or you as a grandparent need to be teaching your grandchildren. Passing things down so that they will learn. As some of you know, we like to do wild edibles. Talk about wild food that grows right here in the part of the state that we live in. Now, the crazy thing is, my ancestors knew this information. My great-grandparents knew a lot of the foods that you could eat, a lot of the greens, the wild foods that were out there. They knew about poke, and they knew about lamb's quarter, and they knew about all that stuff. Dandelion greens and all of those things. They knew about it. Somewhere along the way, we decided not to pass that tradition down. Somewhere along the way, we decided it's not important anymore. And so, I had some knowledge of a very limited amount of greens as a young kid, but not much. And my wife, she really didn't have any, and she's the one that took the initiative to start learning those things. What are you squawking about? Anyway, she's the one that took the initiative to start learning those things and really learning them. And so, you're okay? And so, we feel a drive to teach others, to teach our children first, and then to teach others. That's the reason why we have things like wild edible videos, and we have things like how to take care of these animals. Because once again, my ancestors, right, great-grandparents, they knew how to raise chickens. Well, how to take care of them, what to do when you didn't have much feed, what to do when they weren't laying eggs. But that information didn't get passed down to us. Somewhere along the way, we decided that information wasn't important to pass down. Now, here we are in the year 2022, and it's abundantly clear to me that that information needs to be taught, and we should have learned it. And for some reason, it wasn't passed down. I'm not condemning those that didn't pass this information down. That's not what I'm doing at all. And I hope you don't take this video that way. But what I am saying is we got our priorities off somewhere along the way. So much of this other stuff's great to learn. I'll even use technology like what I'm using today. It's great to learn how to use this technology. But at the end of the day, I can't eat my cell phone. At the end of the day, I can't eat that stuff, right? I need to be able to provide food for me and my family some way, somehow. Which means it's wise to learn how to garden. Now, that did get passed down. Canning got passed down to us. Hunting and fishing got passed down to us, and that's great, and that's a good start, right? But then there's so much more, such as these wild edibles and those kinds of things. And so, my question to you is, are you learning these things? And if you are you passing them down to generations? And I know what you might be thinking is, well, they don't want to learn, right? Well, maybe not. But I'll tell you, our children are super excited about learning these things. And so if you make it fun and you make it exciting, it can be a lot of fun for your children and for your grandchildren and those kinds of things. But think about it this way: if that information doesn't get passed down and we get into a food shortage situation or a famine situation, what are your children going to do? What are your grandchildren going to do? We teach them how to add and subtract and spell, and those things are good and they need to learn those things. But why don't we teach them how to get food for themselves, how to gather food for themselves, how to grow food, how to preserve food? Are you teaching them that? Because if you are not, they won't learn. They'll not know. And whenever those times come, and we hope and we pray, like for our children, we say, kind of our deal is, we're going to teach them these things. If they never have to use them, fantastic. But if they have to use them someday, we want them to be able to learn how and to know how and to have the confidence how. Much like these older chickens are teaching these younger chickens how to go in the coop at night. Why do they need to go in the coop at night? For safety and security, right? Are you feeding the chickens grass? The girls are picking these old dried up toe knockers out here and feeding them to the chickens, and they're absolutely loving them. Man, they're eating them to death. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, our hope is they never have to use it. But if they ever have to, they'll know how. They'll have the ability to. They'll remember back to when their crazy parents were doing these things. Guys, we appreciate you guys watching. Learn this stuff yourself. If you've never been taught how to garden or any of that kind of stuff, learn. Right now you have an amazing capability and ability to learn if you will put in the work. You have internet resources, book resources, everything at your fingertips. You don't even have to pay for it. You got YouTube, all of these stuff. You don't probably even have to pay out of pocket anything. You probably already got internet service. You're probably already paying for that. Use these technology platforms we have today to your benefit to learn how to do some of these things, and then please pass it down to the generations below you so that they may know, so that they may learn. Let's not let that skip any more generations. And I will plead and beg with my children. If the Lord lets time go on long enough, I will plead and beg with them to teach their children these things, if nothing else, in case they ever need it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.